In construction, you're 5 times more likely to die by suicide than any other workplace fatality combined. Falling from heights, electrocution, confined space, all these other workplace deaths, 5 times more likely construction workers are to die by suicide. If that doesn't paint the picture, I don't know what does. So going back to the factors that are specific to construction, the physical labor is one thing for sure. A lot of times work conditions are unsafe. Oh, I don't feel comfortable doing this. Well, you got to get the job done, figure it out. You got a first, second year apprentice sitting there being like, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose my job. They're probably going to not work within the Green Book guidelines to get it done. How does that play on your mental health? Okay. There's job instability you mentioned. If you work on a big project, layoffs are coming. Your kids might be in university. You got big mortgage payments now. That's going to play on your mental capacity. There's all these different factors, but let's peel the onion back even another layer. Now there's a huge focus on schools getting younger demographics into construction, which is awesome. That didn't exist 10 years ago. Got into construction by a fluke. A lot of people, especially on the trades, got into construction because they felt stupid because they didn't do well in school. They didn't get good grades. And they said, oh, I guess I'm a idiot. I'll go work in construction. So you're coming into an industry with that mentality, thinking that you're less of a person, a second-class citizen. Then you're put on a job site that doesn't have a clean washroom, hot water to wash your hands, or a table or a chair to eat your lunch at. You're treated like an animal. How does that play on your mental health? And then you got the unrealistic demands saying, you got to get this done, liquidated damages, penalties, this. So all this pressure builds up, and what do? On average, guys are less likely to go to the hospital if they're injured or sick. They're less likely to talk about their feelings. They're less likely to open up and be vulnerable because that's not allowed when you're a guy, especially on a construction site. So you're dealing with all this pressure and all this shit's building up. So what happens? That's why people resort to substance misuse, unhealthy coping mechanisms, drugs, sex, whatever, gambling, all this stuff.